The tennis world is in a state of absolute shock. Alex Eala, the prodigy we all believed was destined for greatness, has just delivered a chilling verdict on her stunning defeat in Berlin. In an interview that has left fans speechless, the young star didn't just talk about a loss. She exposed a heart-wrenching reality of loneliness and shattered dreams. With tears in her eyes and fire in her words, she dropped a bombshell that has sent shockwaves through the sport, leaving everyone questioning what truly happened on that court. This isn't just a post-match conference. It is a gripping confession that has ignited a wildfire of debate and emotion across the globe. Brace yourselves, because Alex Eala has just spoken, and her truth is more devastating than anyone could have ever imagined. The sun was setting over the glistening courts of Berlin, casting long, somber shadows that seemed to mirror the weight of the moment. For Alex Eala, the Berlin Open was supposed to be the next monumental step in a career that has been meticulously mapped out since she was a child. This was her stage, her opportunity to prove to the world that she belonged among the elite. Instead, it became a crucible of heartbreak, a nightmarish reality that no one saw coming. The match was a brutal war of attrition, a physical and mental marathon that pushed the young Filipina to her absolute limit. Every point was a battle, every rally a test of will. Her opponent, a seasoned veteran of the tour, seemed to anticipate every move, turning Eala's strength into a perceived weakness. The energy in the stadium was palpable, a mixture of admiration for the young underdog and the electric atmosphere of a high-stakes tournament. Yet, from the very first serve, there was a subtle tension in Eala's game. It was in the tightness of her shoulders, the fleeting moments of doubt in her eyes, a stark contrast to the swagger and confidence that had earned her so much acclaim. The tennis world has always marveled at her incredible composure, a maturity that defies her age. But in Berlin, that composure seemed to crack. As the match wore on, the errors began to mount, each one a tiny crack in the foundation of her game. It was like watching a beautiful sculpture being chipped away at, piece by piece, by the relentless pressure of expectation. The first set slipped away, then the second. The crowd, initially buzzing with hope, fell into a hushed silence. They were witnessing the unthinkable, the potential downfall of a rising star. As the final point was played, a collective gasp echoed through the stands. Eala stood frozen for a moment, a solitary figure bathed in the harsh stadium lights, the weight of the defeat visibly crushing her shoulders. It wasn't just the loss that was shocking. It was the manner of it. It felt like a death by 1,000 cuts, a slow, agonizing end to a tournament that had held so much promise. This wasn't just a match. It was a pivotal moment in a career that suddenly seemed to be teetering on a dangerous edge, leaving everyone wondering what had gone so terribly wrong. The official post-match press conference was tense, the air thick with anticipation. Cameras flashed and microphones were pushed forward, all waiting to hear the official narrative, the sanitized version of events. But Alex Eala, with a heart laid bare and eyes still glistening with unshed tears, had other plans. She refused to give the media the standard, politically correct answers. Instead, she delivered a confession that shook the foundations of the tennis world. When asked about the match, her voice, usually so steady and measured, broke with raw emotion. She spoke of a profound loneliness, a feeling of isolation that she claimed enveloped her during the match. "I felt completely alone out there," she stated, the words cutting through the silence like a blade. It was a shocking admission that immediately shifted the narrative from a simple loss to a psychological drama. The statement sent a ripple of shock through the room. Journalists exchanged bewildered glances. How could a rising star, supported by a renowned academy and backed by the hopes of a nation, feel so isolated? But Eala didn't stop there. She continued, her voice trembling with a blend of anger and sorrow, revealing the immense burden she carries. She spoke of the relentless pressure, not just to win, but to be a symbol of hope for a country of over 100 million people. She painted a picture of a young woman struggling under the weight of an entire nation's expectation, feeling that the support system she desperately needed was, at times, insufficient. The enormity of her burden, which she has carried with such grace until now, was finally laid bare. The revelation was a bombshell. It wasn't just a frustrated athlete complaining about a bad day. It was a cry from the heart, a testament to the immense psychological toll that professional sports can take on a young talent. Her vulnerability was disarming and incredibly powerful. It painted a stark picture of the often unseen reality of professional tennis, a life of perpetual travel, grueling training, and immense solitude. She was no longer just a tennis player. She had become a symbol of the struggle for athletes who are forced to battle not only their opponents on the court, but also the demons of the mind. This raw, shocking honesty was exactly what the public needed to see, transforming a routine defeat into a moment of profound human connection and sparking a global conversation about athlete mental health. Within seconds of Alex Eala's emotional words echoing through the press room, the digital universe erupted. The internet, that vast and unforgiving amphitheater of public opinion, went into a frenzy. Social media platforms, especially Twitter and Instagram, were flooded with a torrent of reactions, transforming the story from a sports headline into a global phenomenon. The hashtag number Alex Eala trended globally within minutes, a testament to the shock and empathy her words had generated. It was no longer just about a young tennis player losing a match. It had become a powerful narrative about mental health, resilience, and the crushing weight of expectation. Her fans, the Eala Nation, mobilized with unprecedented passion. The response was polarized, yet deeply emotional. A massive wave of support washed over her, with millions of fans sending messages of love and encouragement. "We are with you, Alex, and you are not alone," became the rallying cries of the online community. Heartfelt posts, fan art, and video compilations celebrating her journey began to circulate widely, creating a massive digital support network. However, the conversation was not monolithic. A fierce wave of criticism also emerged. Many fans expressed their anger and frustration, pointing fingers at her coaching staff, the Philippine sports system, and even her own family. The narrative quickly shifted to one of blame, with online sleuths dissecting everything from her training regimen to her choice of sponsors. Amidst the cheers and jeers, a more profound and somber discussion began to take root. Sports analysts and fans alike started to question the very culture of success that pushes young athletes to their breaking point. Was her talent being mishandled? Was she being rushed through the professional ranks too quickly? The debate raged on. More importantly, her confession struck a deep chord with people from all walks of life. It was a moment of breathtaking honesty that humanized a sports star, showing that behind the professional facade is a vulnerable young woman. The digital world, often a place of toxicity, became a testament to the power of shared empathy. The explosive reaction was not just about a tennis player. It was a mirror reflecting our own collective anxieties about pressure, success, and the courage it takes to be vulnerable. In the immediate aftermath of the Berlin debacle, the most pressing question on everyone's mind is, what now for Alex Eala? The loss is a scar, but it is not the end of her story. For a competitor of her caliber and unwavering resolve, this moment of profound disappointment is destined to become the foundation for a spectacular resurgence. The tennis world is a stage of relentless second acts, and Eala, with her raw talent and newfound understanding of herself, is poised for the greatest one yet. The defeat has sparked a crucial, albeit painful, period of self-reflection. This is the moment where true champions are forged, not in victory, but in the crucible of their most devastating losses. Her path to redemption is clear, but incredibly arduous. It begins with a comprehensive reassessment of her training methods and overall well-being. The surprising admission of loneliness suggests a need to rebuild her support system, ensuring she has a reliable network of coaches, mentors, and teammates who can provide not just technical expertise, but also crucial emotional backing. The focus will undoubtedly shift from merely improving her game to fortifying her mental resilience, turning this personal tragedy into a powerful driving force. She will need to find a new balance, learning to manage the immense weight of expectation from her home country and the global fan base that now watches her every move with heightened empathy. Will she retreat to the familiar comforts of Spain and the Rafa Nadal Academy to heal and regroup? Or will she channel this anger and disappointment into a fiery campaign of redemption on the North American hard courts? the tennis world is eagerly anticipating her next move. Her team will be faced with the monumental task of protecting her while simultaneously preparing her for the ultimate challenge. This is her opportunity to rise from the ashes, to prove that a setback is merely a setup for a grander comeback. Her journey is far from over. It is simply entering a new, more compelling chapter, one where the world will be watching, waiting, and hoping for the glorious return of a champion who has already shown she has the heart of a fighter. Beyond the immediate drama and the flood of social media reaction, Alex Eala's shocking exit and emotional confession have carved a permanent place in sports history. This moment will be remembered as a watershed, a pivotal event that transcended the boundaries of a tennis tournament to ignite a much-needed conversation about the mental fortitude of young athletes. Long after the clay of Berlin is brushed from her shoes, the legacy of this ordeal will remain, influencing not just her own career but also the future of how we nurture and support sporting talent. It was a moment of searing honesty that shattered the illusion of the invincible athlete and replaced it with a relatable human narrative. Eala's decision to speak her truth, to expose her vulnerability to the world, will serve as an enduring lesson for aspiring athletes everywhere. She has shown that being a champion isn't just about trophies and rankings. It is about possessing the courage to be authentic, to admit defeat, and to fight back with even greater conviction. By revealing the immense pressure that comes with her position, she has humanized the path to success, making it more accessible and less intimidating for future generations. She has opened a dialogue that will inevitably lead to better mental health support within the high-stakes world of professional tennis, potentially inspiring a new era of athlete care. Ultimately, Alex Eala's legacy will be one of resilience, not defeat. The image of her emotional post-match press conference will not be a monument to a failure, but a testament to the strength it takes to be vulnerable in the face of adversity. It has already galvanized a global fan base, forging an even deeper connection between her and her supporters. This moment, forged in the disappointment of Berlin, is the crucible in which a true legend is created. As she prepares for her next challenge, she carries with her not just the hopes of a nation, but the admiration and empathy of a global audience that now sees her not just as a tennis player, but as an icon of courage and an inspiration to us all. If you enjoyed this shocking sports update and want to stay ahead of the biggest stories in the world, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to WorldZone right now. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a moment of the action. See you in the next video.